Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet?
I love people as I meet them one by one. People are just wonderful as individuals. You see the whole...
My great aspiration, my greatest ambition is to be so good. Now, in that way, I'm tiresome, as I suppose, to live with, because I want to be a fantastic human being.
I am the greatest.
We're not disputing that, Cassius, but how does Sonny Liston feel about it?
He can't feel but one way, and let's take everything I say and like it. Because February the 25th, I'm going to take back my job. I'm the champ. He's no champ. He's a tramp.
When you see men fall, don't laugh. Learn. Learn. Because you're on your way up. And the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation.
Yo, what up?
Dom DeMarco.
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings to the chat. Happy Sunday. I hope all is well with each and every single person in the building. Shout outs to my poets, my writers. Shout outs to everybody, man, who pulled up for the show yesterday. Appreciate the love. We were on for 3 hours. 3 hours. Man, I'm trying to tell you, that was one of those. Robert Brown, I see you. Salutes to you. I'm gonna keep my eyes out for it. I'm definitely gonna keep my eyes out for it. I don't know the lineup, but I'm gonna follow. Matter of fact, when is it? Let me know when. Matter of fact, I'm gonna check it out, and then I'm gonna go ahead and move according to when it's out, so I can give you my proper assessment. All right, I got you. I got you covered. So it's tonight. So either tonight or tomorrow, you're going to get a review from me. All right, I got you covered. I see 6 rings in the building. You kind of got this Tourette's thing with your name, sir. It's all good. I'm gonna bring you up though. We got some stuff to talk about today. Do me a solid. Repost, share, let the people know that we are on. This should be a good one. I'm gonna do my best to not be biased, or well, I'm never biased, but you know, a lot of people might feel like that depending on the situation. 6 rings. If you there, tap in, talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Sound check. Sound check.
I'm good. Am I coming in?
Yeah, I hear you now. What's up? What's up?
Yeah. What's going on with that triple header that happened last night? That was a triple header, wasn't it?
It had to be done. Had to be
And
done.
and we still circling the block when it comes to Papoose and Remy, man. They really still firing their shots, man. I mean, like I said last night, I pray for healing on that situation.
Yeah, I said what I needed to say yesterday. In relationships like that, you already know it's not gonna just be quiet. It's not gonna stop right then and there. They're going to keep going back and forth. And it ain't because he wants to do it, it's because of it's her side, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not really too surprised at that. I hope it doesn't end horribly or in a negative way because of bitter feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, sometimes it got to be like that, man, because some people don't get the point, man, and you gotta take them down through there, man. You gotta run on through there with
Right, right.
them.
Yeah, I didn't
Saturday
catch.
night main events. Yeah, that's what we was on. The main events.
What was it? I appreciate you. What was I about to say? My music, just to answer that question, it varies, bro. I listen to everything at this point. I don't really listen to a lot of rap anymore, just because. But that's neither here nor there. I got the video you sent me too, by the way. It's clipped up. I'm about to bring it up on the screen
Yeah,
because I know you wanted to talk about that so bad. Tupac is a legend. Tupac will always be one of my favorites because he had messages in his music. He wasn't just about shooting and gang violence. You know, he talked about being a parent. He talked about his mom. I mean, he talked about the injustices in the police force. Like, he was really one of them. He's rare. You're not going to get a lot of those anymore.
and he even saw the future with this P Diddy trial. Tupac saw the future, man. So he called it out. That's why P Diddy getting in with this.
Yeah, bro. The Remy Papu situation, like, yeah, we was on it for like three hours, bro. Like, for me personally, I don't really care about the gospel stuff. It's just something that, you put your personal business and your personal life on the internet. People are going to eventually talk about it. And see, for me, I like to take life lessons out of stories like this. It's not necessarily about the fact that it's a celebrity versus a celebrity. It's the fact that these are two human beings who go through the same things that we deal with on a regular basis. I'm an anime person. I'm an anime person. Now I'm gonna tell you, I haven't seen everything, so I'm not up to date on a lot, but I have done a few reviews. I'm trying to get back to doing reviews on animations. So if you've got any recommendations for me to do a review on, let me know. DBZ DBZ is a classic, 1,000%. I don't care. I'll be 50, 60 years old still watching DBZ. Real talk. Uh, I was always torn between Trunks and Vegeta. For real. that's a whole nother story though. Yeah, I rocks with DBZ, Inuyasha. It's a lot of new stuff out. I did a review on Dan to Dan. I did a review on the Terminator series. That was pretty good to me. Yeah, but there, you want to give us a quick little introduction to this topic we're about to cover right now. Like I said, I got the video. I'm gonna bring it up, but seeing as how you wanted to talk about this so bad, I figure I give you the floor to kind of give the people an understanding of what we're actually about to be speaking on.
I mean, I was gonna say play the video. I thought you were just gonna play the video.
I am, but no, you need to break this down a little bit. I understand. I'm gonna play the video because like there's things that I'm going to respond to here that's going to not. It's
I
not going
mean,
to.
I'll just say this on this note because we already kind of covered it and went over some of the parameters last night dealing with the Papoose Remy Ma situation. You this is something that's eye opening. People need to kind of open their eyes. Some people hip, some people not hip when it comes to in a relationship, and you know, pretty much this right here what we're about to discuss today is going to expose how how men are viewed and stuff like that, and what to look for and what to look out for. So that's what that like I say last night with the Papoose. Papoose was real loyal to Remy. You know, he had to learn in the end. You know, you got to be loyal to yourself, and it was a situation that a life lesson you got to learn. If you don't know, now you know.
All right. Well, without further ado, I'm not going to hold it up. I'm going to go ahead and play the video. It's not very long, so um, let me bring this on the screen real quick.
To provide. That's how it works.
Let me rewind it all the way back to the beginning so y'all don't miss anything. If you got any questions, any comments, if you got any feedback on this video, if you believe or want to disprove or whatever, you got the floor. Yeah.
Calling. Calling.
Hold on a second.
So how do you know a woman doesn't want you just for your money or for your...
I want a woman to want me for my money. I'm a provider. Want me to provide. That's how what you why you choosing me? You want an alpha man? I'm gonna show you my alpha man. I'm here to take care of your every needs, and that's not just financially. That's mentally, that's emotionally, that's spiritually. Because I'm here to lead in every aspect of my life because I know what you're gonna bring to me. When I put you in an environment of peace, when I put you in an environment where you feel secure, you're gonna elevate. And when a woman elevates, good women are going to elevate the men right next to them. So you become my diamond in the rough.
How do you know who's a good woman and who's not, though?
I don't worry about that. I'm a good man. I don't care if you're tarnished. I'm going to perfect you. If I'm a good man, this is what's going to happen.
I love this.
She's like, I'm here for it. I need this recorded. I mean, it is recorded. And my morning mantras. I need to talk to someone. We need to play these as morning affirmations from today on, right?
So where do you want to start?
You got the floor, sir.
Of course you would say that.
What you get out of it?
First of all, I'm not going to give too much. I know you want me to learn you something. I'm not going to give too much. I'm just
see what you got.
I'm all I'm gonna say is this. I disagree with what he said about someone wanting them for simply just their money. I disagree with that. And also on top of that, I disagree with what he said about being in a position to turn someone who has had a rough patch into something more than what they are originally when he met them. I'll leave it there.
So that's all you got?
I'm not about to give you the satisfaction of taking all of my wisdom. You know what I'm saying? I know you want to dispute what I'm saying, so
I mean, there's no right or wrong answers on here. You say it all the time, right?
we do.
Okay, so it's no need to tiptoe. Anyway, I'm gonna go with my man. He said alpha male or not. I don't. I'm not buying all of it. Now I will say when it comes to that, we spoke about it many streams ago, and that's what he was kind of describing about when a woman get with a man, it her energy and stuff her energy and stuff displays what type of guy she's with. You know what I'm saying? So what he's saying is because of the type of guy he is, you see what I'm saying, that he's going to be able to bring out the best in that woman. And I believe that to a certain point because it's guys out here that don't have a lot of value with them, and then the women go down the drain, or they act out of desperation because that man is not applying what he should be bringing to the table. You see what I'm saying? So it's women don't act the same way to every guy that they, you know what I'm saying, that they meet. They'll switch it up depending on what he's bringing. You know what I'm saying, bringing to her. So it gotta be the right energy. You know what I'm saying? We spoke about masculine and feminine energy, and if you a feminine guy, you know what I'm saying, with how you carry yourself and all of that, you're gonna attract a masculine ass woman. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna probably try to take over the relationship, and they're not gonna allow you to lead. What that brother was saying is that he don't have those problems, and she's not gonna feel like she have to take the lead role because he's saying that he's applying her with everything that will keep her feminine. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna make that woman change. You know what I'm saying? Her roles because he's playing his role well, and that's. I mean, I get it, but I'm gonna push back a little bit because partially part of these women are so damn damaged. They've been with so many assholes, so many motherfuckers that well, I'm gonna just say feminine dudes that didn't know how to man up. That by the time she get with a real one or whatever like that, they so traumatized because they're not used to that type of situation. They so used to picking wrong. So they don't know, they on guard because they don't know why this man is doing this or why this man acting like this because they so used to being in fucked up situations. Like like what we talked about last night. I'm bringing it up again with the masculine shit with Remy Ma and Papoose. Papoose Papoose was in a toxic situation. Then he went to a team situation, and now his mental and all that shit got together, and now you hear the outbreak with what's going on, the unhappiness, the bitterness, the saltiness coming out. That's what happened when a good person finally get rewarded. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I got on it so far. You welcome.
I'm gonna have to disagree with women being with men that are feminine. I think it has more to do with their upbringing. I'm gonna be very, very blunt. A lot of us grew up looking at hoes and looking at drug dealers as representation for masculinity and for femininity. You watched, and I remember being in the fifth, sixth grade, and girls my age were already having sex. Dudes were already having sex. That was the standard. That's what you was looking for. And the good girl always was like the quiet nerd that was getting good grades, and they you you didn't know what to do with that because you used to the fast girl, the one that was always touching and playing around and flirting with multiple kids at the same time. Most people looked at their household and seen that their mom and dad didn't have a real functional household, and that was how they reflected their personality out into the world. The dudes that you see these guys constantly dealing with, they're no different. SM, what's up? They're no different than the guys that we grew up around. No different. Men and women were both brought up under a false guise. This is what you look for in a guy. This is what you look for in a woman. And like from elementary up, that environment is completely different. When you go to high school and junior high school and middle school, you see what works and doesn't work. You see that the nerds get ignored and the nerds are perceived as corny and lame. You look at the cheerleaders and you look at the guys who played football as the ones with all the charisma and the personality and this, that, and the third. We were programmed to like a certain type of person. And you might not have never truly liked that type of person until you were introduced to it through somebody else. My point is, the reason why hypergamy is such a thing, because in my opinion, it is about protection, creating a household and a nuclear family that is going to be stable, that is going to be spiritually covered under the biblical laws that God created. God, man, woman, child. Anything outside of that does not work. The men and women that you see dating each other, most of them people are not dealing with godly men and women. Yeah, I know people don't like to talk about God and don't like to bring that into these conversations. I will do it though. Most of these relationships don't have God in it at all. That's why they fail. But y'all sit up here and complain and cry about why this isn't working and why you don't have this and why you don't have that. Well, I know why. Most of what you look for is based on worldly ideals. I yield the mic.
All right, so it's good that you brung that up about the biblical sense. I mean, it's Sunday and stuff like that, and I think that plays a big role in anything that's long term. I'm gonna say that anything that's graduated some stages in a relationship, I think that's when you want to enter that zone. You want to bring that out if you're planning for a long term situation. But this guy right here that was on that video, he was labeled he was labeled by many guys as a simp. He had simp like tendencies because he what he's saying is that he's gonna give his resources, and it's gonna create a miracle within that woman, and she's gonna be this queen and all of this stuff. That's not that's not how it's supposed to work. I mean, yeah, you supposed to be responsible. You supposed to, you know what I'm saying, take care of yourself and keep yourself up as a man first. You know what I'm saying? And then if need be, you need to look for something that's similar to your situation so it can keep you on track. It's not all about what he can give her to change her. She gotta already come assembled. You see what I'm saying? So I don't agree with what he said with that. That's how he get the title of simp, because he feel like he can bring all his value and transform any woman. And I don't believe that's possible. You know, not any woman. You know what I'm saying? It's I would say get somebody on your level. Get somebody that's on what you on. Um, yeah, it's good to have resources, but you don't want to be the type of man like that guy sound like he sound like he's giving it away freely to women, and you even can see on the panel they were all happy and giggly because they know they not really a long-term girlfriend, long-term situational girlfriend, so they feel like I can probably play this dude. You know what I'm saying? That's how some of these females think, because they looking at it like, dang, if he's gonna do all this for me and help my life out, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and jump in with him and see what he gonna do for me. So yeah, it's wrong. It's damn sure wrong if a female looking at a dude and she only looking at his bag and all of that. That's not kosher. That's not a good look. So on that note, that makes that man a simp, because he thinks that's the key to getting anybody he want, or getting anybody to respect him and all of that. And actually, it's gonna go the other way. You want to get somebody like how we was describing last night, somebody that likes other characteristics in you that's attractive, and let that be on the back end. I mean, it's good to have. It's good to um bring that into the equation at some point, but a female should value how a man treats himself or take care of himself, not what she can take from him. You got it.
I need you to fix your audio, sir. There's a lot of chipping going on with your sound. Um, this is what I'm gonna say. The guy is a panderer, and there's a number of people who do it. I don't know how many times we're gonna have this conversation, but there are a lot of men specifically who use social media, and there's a lot of women who use social media. And what happens is they they cater to a specific audience. They know your weaknesses, they know where you're lacking, and they use that to their advantage to essentially monetize off you. So I give you an example. If you are broken, you just have a horrible track record with relationships, and you've never held yourself accountable. Women like Kendra G, she has a platform. What does Kendra G do? She brings 30, 40, 50-plus-year-old women on her platform to market them off to a select few of men who don't have children, who make a substantial amount of money looking for love, even though I don't believe in the social media dating, but she uses her platform for those type of women because she knows their delusion is what's going to sell. See, people want to see how ridiculous a lot of these people sound on the internet when they say stupid shit. Oh, I'm 50 years old. I got 20 different baby fathers with 6 different kids, but I still want you to make over $200,000. Kendra G knows damn well they not getting that, but she'll still pimp you out to the internet because the comment section lights up. Roast, troll, roast, troll. Oh, you really think your old ass is about to? You really think Kendra G makes money off of women who think they still can get away with what they did when they were 20 years old at 60? There's a market for broken people. There's a market for liars. There's a market for wrestler fans. There's a market for Telemundo people. There's a market for boxing fans. There's a market for musicians. There's a market for everything. And if you understand that niche, then you can pretty much get away with it. This guy, to me, is just another one of them people who will tell a woman, I will give you everything that I have in my account. This is my way of showing you that I can protect you and that I can raise our family. You won't have to be worried about anything. You won't ever lack. I always got you. That's him basically lying to y'all. He's not telling you the whole truth. And it just defeats the purpose. So they sit up there and when they listening to it, it's like, oh yeah, I need to hear more of this. Where is that at? Of course, because it sounds like you getting everything you want, but in reality, you're not getting everything you want because money is just it's a tool that is specifically there to make sure that you are taken care of, that you can eat, that your children can go to college, that your property is up to par, your neighborhood is up to par, that you like. There's a lot of responsibilities that come with wealth that goes beyond taking a woman out on dates every day. There's a different type of responsibility with finances that involve more than buying candles and flying to Europe and buying expensive bags and clothes and shoes. There's way more to money than just the superficial shit. He didn't identify any of the other attributes that are necessary for a man and a woman to cohabitate properly. That's why he's a panderer. And he's on that platform having that conversation because it works. The guys that's hosting them, in my mind, they know he's a panderer. They already know who he is. But see, what they're doing is no different than what I would do. I want you to say that stupid shit in front of 100,000 people so they can see the difference between what you believe and what the rest of the world believes, the ones with common sense believe. There's a difference between a liar and someone who is telling you the truth because it's coming from a good place. He telling y'all money is going to make you love him forever. It's going to make you suck his dick. It's going to make you be faithful to him. It's going to make you want to have his children, and it's going to make you want to be loyal to him. Well, Papoose is an example of that, unfortunately. Just like a number of other men are examples of, money does not keep a person there. Not for the reasons you think they do. You got to have more. You got to have a lot more. You got to have charm. You got to be funny. You got to have a sense of self. You got to have boundaries. You got to have spiritual morals and principles. You got to walk confident in God. You can't allow your woman to lead you. You have to lead the household, and everybody is supposed to follow suit. There's way more to this shit than money. He didn't talk about any of it. Why did he lead with money? He led with money because that's all y'all care about. That's all you hear. Your lifestyle. As soon as you hear money, the first thing you think about is, oh, I can fly here, or I can go here, or I can buy this, or I can buy that. That's the first thing you think about. But are you attracted to the person enough to want to go the extra mile, to do the extra things required to obtain that lifestyle that you're asking for? I'm gonna yield the mic right there. There's other things I want to say, but I'm gonna yield the mic right there.
All right. All I'm gonna say is they say money changes everything, and in certain parts it do. It'll help your life. It'll upgrade you a little bit. But what that fella gotta understand, man, it's some good and some bad with what he was saying. I think instead of trying to, con and spoil these women, he should be giving up self improvement classes to the young feminine men out here. You know what I'm saying? Because every dude ain't no, they don't understand how to better themselves as a man. You know what I'm saying? And he need to give up. I think he need to give up classes for them to improve men outside of handing away your hard work for free. That's outside of that. It ain't a real bad look. You know what I'm saying? Because these women got to know, man. When it comes down to getting down with somebody and getting with a partner, man, you gotta bring something to the table too. You gotta have your shit rolling too. You know what I'm saying? And it's about getting to know people. You know what I'm saying? That sound more like, with the money piece. That sound more like a con. Like he was trying to con these women into being with him and professing his love through that way. But you gotta be there. You gotta be there for people in a lot of ways, man. And the only way you're gonna do that is by talking. Getting to know people's background, getting to know where people came from, seeing if you're a good match. So that's down the line. I'm not gonna offer all my shit up like that for just anybody. Nah, you gotta show me something. You gotta prove to me that it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only. I think that's the only real bad message. But he can improve. I think he's better when, like a Kevin Samuels, so to speak, to improve men. Like Kevin Samuels work on women's behavior too. But he got some type of wisdom with him where he can work on young men that's coming up. You know what I'm saying? Teaching them how to self improve, like I said, and improve their life, because there's a lot of women out here that will manipulate you the moment you open your mouth about what you got and what you're gonna do for them, and change their life, take them here and all of that. Like, let's cut all of that, man. Like, that right there is something that have to be earned. You can't just put that on the table for just anybody, fellas. You know what I'm saying? And most of the time when you really lay it out, it's not what you think it's gonna be anyway. You know what I'm saying? Most the average woman out here that's looking for a come up, they not deserving. It's better if you find somebody that's like they already got something they're working on, like they already got their own purpose, something that got their mind, something that they always busy on. It's better that way. Like that way, a man a man wouldn't mind, you know what I'm saying, uh, coming off then because it ain't such pressure to but it ain't a lot of pressure to better somebody else's life because they already, you know what I'm saying, understand their deficiencies and things that they had to work on to better themselves. So I mean he's a okay coach, but you know what I'm saying, I just think he need to work on some things too with himself because he's not gonna get the a top woman by taking away her responsibilities and pretty much spoiling her. Spoiling her is not gonna make a woman loyal. You know what I'm saying? It really ain't. You have to keep a balance with it, and you have to reciprocate. We spoke about that last night. That word reciprocation, and what he's saying is that I don't need the reciproc. You know what I'm saying? I don't need the reciprocation. You know what I'm saying? I just wanna do this for her. I just wanna make her a queen. How she gonna? But you don't say how she's gonna make him a king. So my thing is talk about talk about that part. Like how what could like you saying what you'll do for her, but what could she do for you so you can keep doing that for her? You see what I'm saying? It's stuff stuff can't keep being one sided. It's not gonna get very far. You're gonna get somebody gonna get tripped up along the way. Somebody gonna wake up like my man Papoose, come to their senses and find better. And a woman ain't gonna. I'm telling you right now, a woman ain't gonna respect. They not gonna respect what you got in your hand. Like if you keep leading with your wallet, they gonna fall in love with your hand. They're not gonna really want to know anything else about you. And it happens so many times. So it's crazy, but it's just a lesson that I think most guys have to learn sooner or later, but you gonna learn it.
I'm gonna say this: fuck the relationships, fuck the women, respectfully. You know what this really is about? This is about, and I want both to listen, ladies and gentlemen. I had to learn this the hard way. This is about your purpose. This is ultimately about your purpose. What does God want you to do while you're on this planet and you still have a breath in your body? Like realistically, maybe you believe, maybe you don't. But I'm asking an honest question. What does God want for you in this lifetime? And are you living that way? If you are not living within your purpose, whatever that is, you know, and I know what comes with that: distractions, turmoil, anger, frustration, financial destitution, stumbling, spiritual sickness, emotional vacancy, mental vacancy. You find yourself in a multiverse of different perspectives, different scenarios in life, dealing with different people, testing out different situations to try to retrofit your life within someone else's. When you're outside of your purpose, like you're not doing what you want to do, what God wants you to be doing. You're doing what the world wants you to be doing. You're always going to end up with the wrong person. You're always going to end up on the wrong side of the tracks. You're always going to be defeated or find yourself taking 2 steps backwards every single time. Why? Because you're not living the way that you're supposed to be living. I'm not knocking nobody. I'm not judging nobody because I've done it. And I've got sat on my butt because of it on a number of occasions. When you are outside of God's will, doing what you want to do, you get exactly what comes with being outside of that protection. That's basically the bottom line. See, when you're in your purpose, you're going to have the same difficulties. It's not going to be as difficult, though. When you're in your purpose, the people that are supposed to be there will be there. The people who are wrong for you, you're going to identify it. And you're not going to go that direction. Why? Because you're too focused on accomplishing what you're supposed to accomplish to be manipulated and controlled by a subset of individuals moving and operating from a secular place and a secular perspective. They can't take you off of your course. When God is guiding you, you won't be distracted by false teachings and liars and people who look good and smell good and have a nice body and a nice figure and they have 1 million views and 1 million subscribers. When God is leading you, you're so driven by pleasing him and accomplishing something for yourself that nothing else will take precedent over that. And because that you're so locked in with what you got going on, nothing can throw you off and screw you over. So you'll be able to identify hypergamous nature. Ladies will be able to identify a king. You'll know what type of guy is right for you. When a woman is in her purpose, she will not be moving and operating from a space of engaging in this woman code that doesn't exist. The pick Misha thing is not real. It does not exist. The pick Misha trend is just there to keep you away from what is supposed to be for you. Most of this shit that we see on social media and we talk about, they're all lies. Most of this is designed to keep you bitter, broken, unhappy, and occupying space with other bitter, broken people. Your purpose should be number one in your life. Your purpose should be the first thing that you prioritize, not a woman, not a man. Those are ultimate goals, but if you're not aligned properly in what you're supposed to be doing, how do you expect to have somebody come into your life when you ain't got your life in order? There's no order within you. Why would you bring somebody into your world that has their stuff in order and yours isn't? You know what's going to happen. You know how they tell you, like I used to work at a restaurant. You had to wear a hairnet. You had to wash your hands every time you took your gloves off, put fresh gloves back on. The process is nonstop all day until it's shift. So you know why? Because of contaminants. You don't want nobody to get sick by touching the raw meat, bringing in foreign bacteria and shit like that. It's no different. But we do it to ourselves all the time. So when dudes speak, he makes little points here and there But I can see the holes in what he's talking about. He didn't say nothing about your purpose. He never said anything about what is required to keep a person there with you. People who cheat and step outside of the relationship do it because they're contaminated. They've been introduced to foreign things. They're not on their purpose. Remy Ma is not on her purpose. Papoose seems like he's finally on his purpose, which is why all of the malfunctioning, all of the arguing, and all of the shit that's going on with them is happening now, because he put his life on hold, giving her the opportunity to live her life, but he was ignoring his own. He wasn't on his own purpose. Dangerous, very dangerous combination. Are you at the mic?
Yeah, purpose is good. Purpose is good for all guys should be on purpose. All people should be uh on purpose. So going back to what he said, we're gonna go back to the video, and what he's pretty much saying and what he's pushing his narrative is saying is that because he obtained all of these things, because he uh applies all of this, and he have all of these great attributes to offer. He's saying that that right there is what makes him, top of the food chain. Makes him alpha. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna ask you, what are some characteristics? What do you think that makes a man alpha, or do you think what he's saying is what you have to have? What makes a male alpha?
I don't believe in alphas. I don't believe in alphas. I don't believe in betas. I don't believe in the omega shit. I don't believe in none of that shit. Never did. You're right. You're either a righteous man or you're an unrighteous man. That's how I see it. You either do right or you do wrong. That's the unpopular part. I know most people want you to say, "Oh, you got to be physically fit. You got to read 1,000,000 books a day. You got to make $100,000 a year. You got to have 5 jobs. You got to be aggressive. You got to be like Kevin Sanders. You have to be Kevin Sanders. You have to be Andrew Tate." No, that doesn't mean that. You're going to be unique in your own way. You do not have to have the same approach as everybody else. As long as you have principles, boundaries, and you don't allow people in your space to waste your time spiritually, emotionally, in all attributes, then you're fine. You don't let the people walk over you. You go to God for everything. You pray. I don't believe in the alpha thing. You're either someone who has God in your life or you don't have God in your life. When God is in your life, it's seen by everybody. You just know it. Homeless people are more righteous than most 60-hour-a-week people. They are more Christian than Christians are. They're more loving than husbands and wives are. So the whole alpha, all that shit is just there to give you like this chain of command that, quite frankly, it only applies to people who have businesses and you work for yourself and you have employees and you have a family or something like that. But I don't go off of the whole alpha thing. Like leadership is different than being a bully or being someone who is overly masculine or they're trying to prove themselves to the next person. But that's just my opinion. You know?
I got you. Um, to me, alpha is it ain't nothing than what we've already been discussing. We've been breaking it down. It's just a mindset. You know what I'm saying? A purpose. You to me, if you value your purpose, if you got a purpose and you value it, and you don't play about that, that's your mindset. Then you already in the right energy. You already in the right mindset. You know what I'm saying? That pretty much how it breaks down to me. You don't play about you. You don't need nobody direction. You believe in yourself. You believe in the man upstairs. You got all of this. You surround yourself with good things, good people, and your energy is always good. You can go around somebody and they energy is off, or they real negative and salty, like Remy. You see what I'm saying? And you can feel that. You don't want to be around nothing like that. All of that's a vibration. That'll bring you off your goals or your high horse. So you wanna pretty much alpha man. Is pretty much you focus on your mission. You ride your own wave. You're not a damn copycat. You're not somebody that's just looking at everybody else. You focus on yourself and push forward. You know what I'm saying? And believe in yourself. And whatever your lane is, just stay in it. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what it means to me.
He said something, and matter of fact, I'm gonna play it again just because I don't. It was something he said that I disagreed with that I wanted to address. Hold on a second. Um, I'm gonna play this over again real quick because there's a lot of new faces there, so I want them to get a chance to see this too.
So you gonna replay it? Go ahead.
So how do you know a woman doesn't want you just for your money or for your?
I want a woman to want me for my money. I'm a provider. Want me to provide. So why you choosing me? You want an alpha man? I'm gonna show you my alpha man. I'm here to take care of your every needs, and that's not just financially. That's mentally, that's emotionally, that's spiritually. Because I'm here to lead in every aspect of my life because I know what you're gonna bring to me. When I put you in an environment of peace, when I put you in an environment where you feel secure, you're gonna elevate. And when a woman elevates, good women are going to elevate the men right next to them. So you become my diamond in the rough.
How do you know who's a good woman and who's not, though?
I don't worry about that. I'm a good man. I don't care if you're tarnished. I'm going to perfect you. If I'm a good man, this is what's going to happen.
I love this.
Gigi's like,
I'm here for it. I need this recorded.
I mean, it is recorded.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go.
So he said he want them to want him for his money, but then you contradict yourself and say you're going to add on in addition spiritual, mental, and emotional. But I thought you said you wanted them to want you for your money.
Well, he just said he's a provider, and it's important for a man to provide. Now, but you don't want to lean on that. We spoke about it a lot of lives ago. When you talk about a man, a woman should look, and she should seek a man that knows how to provide because she might need, him to look out for her. But my thing is when you talk about the providing part, the financial part, she should be more attractive to a man that already knows how to take care of himself. But there's so many fucked up women that pick bum ass dudes that don't even know how to do that. They can't even provide for themselves. They always going to ask their moms or other people for a happy meal or some money so they can pay, do what they got to do. So providing is not just money. You take care of yourself. You well groomed, well dressed. You got a place. You keep a job. You know what I'm saying. You got to hustle. That's all of that's for you as a man. A woman should like that part, not the fact that you supposed to hand it all over. You see what I'm saying? Not that. That's the attraction part. But if you a bum and you can't even take care of yourself, how the fuck she supposed to be attracted to that? What the fuck could you do for her if you don't have a car or nothing? You don't have the things that make you stand out as a man. So why should she even look your way? What else could you do?
You can you can have a car and still not be enough.
Exactly. We just talk about the providing part because a woman like that. It's nothing wrong with that. I'm not knocking a woman looking for a man that know how to provide, man. But let's break it down. What that means is that she's looking for a guy that just know how to take care of himself. He respects himself. You know what I'm saying? If he respects himself and don't play about himself, and he's on his purpose and he focused, then I want to get with somebody like that, like to form like a team, because he can probably help me where I'm. You know what I'm saying? With some of my weaknesses or something. But I'm not gonna look for him to lead me any fucking way. He can't even lead himself to get a happy meal. So why the fuck I'm gonna talk to him and he can't even do that?
It was something I was about to say and I lost it. Um, I agree with Robert Brown, bro. You can't perfect nobody else. You're either gonna
Huh.
you're either gonna work on you're gonna work with each other. Like there's cases where people they start together from the ground up and they build together and that is beautiful. But the chances of you meeting someone, you're up here and they're down here. Women aren't coming down here to bring you up here, but men will do that. They will do it, But the problem that I have with that is it's very risky because someone who is not where you are and they're damaged and they're going through it takes a lot of it's draining, bro. It's draining. You
And
you you
I
have to
want I want to touch on something too when you finish.
you have to pour into that person and they're going to be extremely rebellious. They're going to be extremely rebellious and they're going to push back on you a lot and they're probably going to fuck you over too. The way that he's kind of painting it is as if he's going to ride in on a horse in a saddle and then just completely save the day. That shit don't work like that. It ain't that simple. Them people got demons and they're emotionally going through shit, traumas that's hard to get rid of and heal from and fix. You're really going to have to be there. So you're telling me that you're going to be able to maintain your focus, stay on your purpose, but also come down to where they are meet them, help them work their way up, and you're not going to have no struggles. Oh, you're going to absolutely have a lot of struggles. You're going to have a lot of them. This shit is not what TV makes it out to be. Everybody lives happily ever after. That shit don't work like that. Sometimes that shit just might be for a season. You might come into their life, help them, and then they say, fuck you. They take what you gave them and take it to somebody else and apply what you gave them to another friendship or another relationship. You don't always end up with them people. That's why I say, like, if you're doing it from a good place, that's cool. Just know, like, that shit he talking about, nah, he on something else. Give both sides of it. There are people who will do it, and the man will. Well, I ain't. Nate, can you? Matter of fact, question to the people and you. Do you know any situation or story where a woman stepped down from all of her success and came down to lift a guy up, and they're still together to this day?
Yeah, I could think of one.
That's not a celebrity.
That's not a celebrity. I don't know. I don't know their current state, but I know. I know women out here that was in a successful like job career field that stooped down to a dude and dealt with a dude that was didn't have all of those things, didn't obtain all those things. And the only way that's gonna really happen, fellas, is first of all you gotta have a good talk game. And what I mean by that is that she has to if she take a chance on you, she has to see the date you for your potential, meaning with your current situation ain't gonna be your finals, you know what I'm saying, situation. So a woman will invest or they have invested in people that's behind bars. You know what I'm saying? What's the and she even married him. I'm gonna say her name, Maya Moore. You know what I'm saying? Went in and got the man from behind bars or something, and then ended up marrying the guy. She was already had bread. She was already one of the top in her field, everything. And this man was a convict. So yeah, it happens, but you got to, like I said, it got to be a potential. You can't stay fucked up. Like ain't no way. I don't think a woman gonna invest in somebody that's down here and stay with him the way she met him. She only taking a chance with you is because she feel like you're on the rise. If you ain't on the rise, then that shit ain't gonna hold. Now I was gonna say back to my point. He also said the woman had asked him on the stream like, "Dang, how how you know the difference between a good woman and a bad woman?" He gonna say it don't matter because he already perfect. He already perfected his shit to the point where I don't care where she I don't care where she's lacking at. Her mind can be all fucked up, her heart all scarred. She can be tatted all up. You know what I'm saying? She can be a drinker, a smoker. It doesn't matter. Like he's accepting anybody anybody's background, anybody's fucked up upbringing, the way she is, and he's saying that I'm so great that what I got, what I did, that I can mentor. You know what I'm saying? Date, train, any deficiencies out of a broken woman. She got a broken heart. Anything, give me anybody, and watch me turn her into Cinderella. That's bullshit.
That's why I said what I said.
You don't you couldn't sit up there and tell those women You said it didn't matter because you don't know the difference between a good woman and a woman and a bad woman. You couldn't differentiate. So you said that because you don't know which one, you're gonna accept all of them, and I'll work on them. That's no,
That was
no, you can't do that.
that was a
You
red
can't
flag.
accept all of them. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? So he said body count don't matter. You can have 200-300 bodies. You can be my wife. I'll work on that. We can come on in here and we'll work on everything. I'll get you right, get your trauma together, your mind, fix your heart up. Get you some good clothes. I got bread. You know what I'm saying? You can stay in my house, eat my food. All that don't matter.
Yo,
So it does matter. It always have mattered and it's going to keep mattering. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know the difference between what's good for you and what's bad for you, go check out that triple header from last night and ask Pat Poose because he's sounding off right now. He understands that now. You gotta deal with some bad shit to get to some good shit. Just because you might start off blind and foggy, don't mean you can't go get your eyes fixed. You know what I'm saying? And get it together. Then you see in 2020. It might don't start off like that, but everybody got their time in the sun. And what he's saying is that I can change a disaster and turn a disaster into an incredible story, man. Overnight. No, it don't work that way. And I really don't think he has his shit all the way together like he says he do. I mean, he seemed to be somebody that worked on himself, but he don't understand what he's dealing with. Like he don't understand what he should be dealing with. If he was smart, he would get somebody that's on the same page, purpose wise, and stuff to bring to the table, man. Because he's also the guy that said that he don't believe in 50-50. He feel like a woman to turn on you. That's he feel like she would disrespect or go against you if you tell her to come out of her pocket. He gonna pay for everything. Like, nah, that's not the case. It's a team. It's a team. It's a team sport. Like you gotta, you gotta be with somebody that you respect to be a teammate with them. Just because you paying for everything, bro, it don't mean that that's a good teammate. That's not what it means. You can be paying for her mortgage. She'll still shit on you. So we ain't gonna base all of that. She's gonna treat me real good and she'll cook me good meals and she'll be loyal to only me if I just pay all her bills and get her out of debt. Nah, hell no. That's not how this works. So if you can't think of anything outside those lines and you don't know the difference between a good woman and a bad woman, you are you shit up a Ross Creek because you don't know what's going on out here. If you don't know the difference between that means you don't know what's good for you, and that means you're going to accept a lot of bad behavior, and it's a whole lot of audacity and disrespect and dishonest people out here, and you're saying on that stream that it don't matter, come as you are, like they say, come as you are, like coming to the church, and I'm just gonna bless you. Come on now.
you pretty much just said everything I just said. I just worded it differently. Before we go off here, though, because I want to get this on the table here, and I don't want to do this off screen. if you have any disagreements or any pushback to anything I've said thus far, express your grievances here, sir. Don't do it after we get off here. Address it here now so that I can clarify any confusion, because I think for the most part I've been extremely thorough with my assessment. As far as him, I would not listen to him. This is the first and the last time I'm going to listen to anything he says, so I'm not really too concerned about that. You absolutely need to know the difference between a woman who is a Jezebel and one who is walking upright. He basically is trying to tell you to we're supposed to love each other unconditionally and accept each other for who we are. Yeah, that's to an extent that is true. Until you cross the lines, things get more personal and you start trying to blend lives together. That's when you really have to have boundaries. There's no fucking way in the world. No, like I said, there are cases where people have done it. That's not very often. You'll understand this. And I don't want nobody to feel bad about being a good person. If you're a good person and you've been screwed over by people, that's not a reflection on you. That's a reflection on them. You're going to do good by people and they're going to screw you over. That's just life. It happened to Jesus. It's going to happen to us. Don't let that stop you from being a good person. I give a shout out to Clarissa Shields, because what she is doing and what she is showing me is that if a man is doing right in his relationship and he's not getting what he's supposed to be getting out of it, God forgive me if I'm inaccurate in my assessment here, but if this isn't working out, God will put somebody in your life that will match you equally based on gender, based on social, economics, spiritual awareness. They will meet you right where you need them to meet you at. There's a billion people who screw you over in this life, but there will be one person that is exactly what you need. They might come today, they might come 10 years from now. They're somewhere. You have to be on your purpose, though. If you're not on your purpose, you're just going to constantly run into the same type of person over and over and over again until you learn the lesson. Oh, I recognize this. I seen this in her. I seen this in him. Let me stay the fuck away from this. The reason you keep running into these type of people is because you keep on living outside of your purpose. He's talking a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, you need to know who the hell is who. The real women out here, you know, we're not talking about you. The women who really walk upright, you know, we're not talking about you. So this doesn't really affect you. This only bothers and triggers chicks that is fucked up in their walk. They're miserable because they keep making foolish decisions.
Gold digger.
And gold digger, whatever you want to call it. You out here living the way you want to live, and you're getting the results based on the way you choose to live your life. While the women who are doing the complete opposite are being attacked by you because you can't seem to get your shit right. Don't put that on them.
Bang, 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 bang.
I'm just saying, like, At some point, y'all gonna have to stop. Oh yeah, that's coming too. That's coming too. Matter as soon as we leave here, I'm gonna set that stream up. 100 women versus accountability. It is going down. It is absolutely going down.
Main event.
Yeah. Fuck that. It has to be done. So like I said though, is there anything that you heard from me that you want to kind of challenge while we're here? Let's just air it out if we have to. I don't want to do this later on. Or anything that you want to share with the people, anything in general.
I mean, outside of what we just been talking about with, that man giving up, he giving up grand prizes in his income. It's been crazy. You know what I'm saying? I dream a genie. You know what I'm saying? Like he a genie, granting wishes. You son of a motherfucking piece of shit. I don't go with that. I don't believe in that. I feel like, what I'm saying, everything that a man do for a woman, you know, has to be earned, has to be reciprocated. I'm on that type of page, and that way everybody stay even killed. That right there is gonna get him shitted on, just like it got Papoose shitted on with Remy. You know what I'm saying? So people gotta look at what's presented to them. But the only thing I'm gonna say with your assessment, sir, and it's been okay this evening, is we gotta be more accountable as well. What I mean by that is we have to stay locked in, stay on our purpose, so we won't, what I'm saying, come across shit and be stuck on it. You know what I'm saying? We gotta own our own shit. We can't point the finger, and then you got all these other fingers coming back at you, because anybody can point out somebody's deficiency in some type of area. You know what I'm saying? And that man on that video said that he'll have her covered in all areas. It don't matter where she like at. I'll do it for you. No, you can't do it for her if she not trying to do it for herself. And let that marinate like neck bone. If somebody if somebody not out here trying to do it for themselves, run,
Get up out of here.
run.
Escape. Evade.
Put some stink on it.
Yo, for real, man. For real. I don't think there's any more I can say about that. Be hard headed, be stubborn if you want to. Keep on listening to these folks out here. If you want, like,
Think about how many cases we looked at, how many videos we might have came across, and people was actually doing the type of shit that he said in there about, I can't believe she did this to me. I did everything for her. I bought her a car. I put her through school. I don't know why she did this.
right.
You see what I'm saying? You don't know why she did it, because you kept doing it for her. She never wanted to do none of that shit. That's why. What she wanted to do is what she did on you. So that's the understanding you gotta have. You see what I'm saying? When you come across them situations. And no, I'm not out here advocating for a woman to stoop down and take care of a bum ass dude. That's foul too. I mean, I would say potentially, like if they working on something and they got something going for themselves, then yeah, because females gotta understand you can come across a guy uh that's got it all assembled, or like y'all like to call it, a finished product, and he's fucked up in all those other areas that my man was talking about with these women. You can't help him in none of them areas. Only thing you looked at, sis, was the financial department. And once that financial department run out, you not really attracted or want him no way, because you're not attracted to anything outside of that lane. So let that sink in. You can meet somebody that's on the way up, and he got all of that together. He treating you like a queen, even though you probably got a little more than him. And then y'all get in together because of y'all personalities, because that's what the shit come down to, for real, for real. It come down to personalities, and could your personalities mesh well together. Clarissa and Papoose doing it. Remy and Papoose couldn't do it. So get you somebody like that, and it don't matter who got what. You or him can come to the top. So don't base everything on one thing that you might see, because the shit do run out. Believe me.
Yeah, to be honest with you, the Remy and Papoose thing is just another example of what happens when people shouldn't have been bothered with each other in the first place. So I don't care what nobody say. When you really locked in and you in love with a person, that shit is forever. I stand on that. There's no cheating. There's no infidelity. There's no you're 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 not even questioning stepping out. So in my opinion, yeah. But that's just me, of course. Um, if a woman asked you right now, name one thing that she needs from a man that has nothing to do with money, that she doesn't understand she needs, what would that one thing be? You can't name anything that has shit to do with finances or none of that. What would that one thing be that you would tell her?
Um, I would have to say consistency. You know what I'm saying? Being real consistent, consistency in what you're doing. Uh, Outside of the money piece, whatever that might be. I would say consistency on how you approach, or how you meet a woman, or how you treat her. Be consistent. You know what I'm saying? And how you make her feel. Be consistent. That consistency.
Okay, okay.
What about you?
I'm going to go with word, scripture. Um, to me, the only truth that is out here in the world is the word. If we're being honest, how can you confidently sit here and say you trust every single thing a human being says out of their mouth? You can't. I'm about to do a reaction video. This mother and father, they caged their 11-year-old autistic son in their house. They literally built a cage, left him in there, ass naked, shit all over the floor. Been in there for days, away from school. The police came, CPS came, they got the kid out of the cage. That had to be some of the most heartbreaking, infuriating shit I've seen like this weekend. And they look like they live in suburbia, like a nice ass area where there's no drama, trouble, drugs, nothing. But they tried to tell the police, "Oh, we put him in here because he's violent. He breaks and destroys stuff." That's an autistic kid, and you got him in the fucking cage, ass naked. That's neither here nor there. Shout outs to Robert. Shout outs to everybody.
That's crazy work, though.
Yeah, no,
That's also crazy work.
For real. That's your no words, bro. No words.
But it ain't no difference than the country we live in. This nation right here has changed dramatically. So it's crazy all over the board.
Yeah. Shout out to SM. Shout out to Robert Brown. I got you on that review. To the people that are watching, I appreciate y'all for tapping in with us. Do me a solid, repost, share, let the people know what we got going on over here on this side of the YouTube streets. This whole week is about to be lit. Shout out to Rob. I don't know if he's watching, but shout out to Rob. Shout out to Rob, and just love to everybody, man. I hope y'all have a blessed week. I'm off tomorrow.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Oh, before we get off, are you cooking out tomorrow, sir? Because it's Memorial Day. It's a holiday, man. It's time to enjoy, man. What we get, the days that we do get,
The only thing I'm cooking is at this laptop. That's where I will be at.
All right. So if you're gonna be at the laptop, man, make sure if you know what I'm saying, you get my baked beans on there. Make sure you get the barbecue chicken, man. I want a slab of ribs on that laptop, man. I want that thing smoking the mouth. And bro, I want Kool-Aid on the side, bro. Don't stop.
I got the Kool-Aid on deck. Kool-Aid is always present in this house. You know what I'm saying? But I got you. Shit. But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all evening. Oh, if you got any topics, anything you want to see us talk about on this panel, man, email me.
Deliver them. Drop them in.
Yeah. Assembly.
Oh, we did get one the other day, right? About Didn't we get a was it about music or something like that? I think yesterday. Did somebody drop an idea yesterday?
They might have, and I don't remember it though. You might have to refresh my memory on that one.
Yeah, it'll come back to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this is a dope session. We gotta have our antennas up, people, both ways, male and females, because the game go both ways out here, and we only interested in folks that's not playing so much.
That's a fact. Y'all be easy. We up out of here. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Back to the lab I go.
You gotta stay in the lab. Keep them rings coming. Cowboys.
49ers.